We have so many things in this world that we need. One of the things that I think is at the top of the list is love. If we can do love and do it in in a safe, healthy way, we'll be able to do it right and love everybody, regardless of their sexual preference, regardless of their religion, their financial status, where they live, whatever the case may be, the color of their skin, whatever that is. If we can find a way to love everybody just based on who the individual is, and if they don't seem properly right in your eyes, still love them.
Welcome to Radiant Mom Rising. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and uplifted. I'm your host, Mary Dibble, and in each episode, we dive into amazing stories, insights, and conversations that help moms like you chase your dreams and embrace your worth. Let's rise and shine together. Welcome to this special episode of Radiant Mom Rising. Today, I'm doing things differently. I'm sitting down with a dad, Kenny J, and we're diving deep into healing, self-respect, and creating a life filled with love and purpose, even through the hardest challenges. Our guest, Kenny J, is an R&B artist with a deep passion for honoring and empowering women through his music. Following the success of his single, You're a Woman, released on International Women's Day, his EP, Back to Rhythm and Love Volume 1, offers a collection of songs that resonate with love, positivity, and respect for women. Rooted in themes of genuine connection, valuing women beyond materialism, and heartfelt reflections inspired by personal experiences, Kenny's work is a testament to his commitment to meaningful, love-centered music. A skilled musician and producer with roots in Inglewood, New Jersey, and a member of the Recording Academy, Kenny continues to make his mark in the music industry. If you've ever felt the weight of grief, struggled to prioritize yourself, or wondered how to set a powerful example for your children, this conversation is for you. We'll explore the beauty of seeking support, finding creative outlets for your emotions, and staying true to yourself every step of the way. So get ready to be inspired, uplifted, and encouraged on your path to healing and growth. Welcome to Radiant Mom Rising. I'm excited to have a conversation with someone today. You know, as moms, there's so much that we do and that we take on in life. And sometimes as moms, we can be both parents. And it actually works both ways. Sometimes the man can be both mom and dad. And so I have a special guest with me today, Kenny. Thanks so much for
Mhm.
joining me.
Oh, thanks for getting me on. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks so much.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm excited for you to share your journey and your story
Mhm.
with us. So let's start by introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Kenny J. My last name is Wilkins, and I don't mean to be so formal, but that's just what it is for me. I'm a guy, a dad, grew up in Inglewood, New Jersey, love music with a passion. And if I wasn't getting paid for it, I would probably do it for free just because I love it so much. So it is kind of my piece. That's my place where I process and I write and create things out of my heart. I'm particularly a guy that likes to talk about positive things. I do put the essence of love in it, which is something that I enjoy, and particularly about loving women and really putting them high on the level of respect because I think sometimes they do not get it. I am a dad of three wonderful children. I am a granddad, and basically that's what it is for me. You know what I mean? I'm a musician. I love to write music, and I'm got a couple of songs that I'm kind of, massaging into the atmosphere. Hopefully it'll catch on and that it'll be something that people kind of live from and just kind of take the positive essences from it. So that's basically essence who I am and what I am.
That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your journey of
Mhm.
being a father and what that's
Yeah.
been like for you. I know I've heard a little bit about your background. So if you want to share a little bit about that and we
Yeah.
can just kind of hear your experience.
Yeah. I've been married for 21 years and I have three wonderful children, like I said, and a grandson. My wife passed away last year around June. And the process of that, now I get that question more times than often with regard to how to mourn through the process of it. And for me, I take that level of just there has to be somewhat of an end to the mourning process. I believe that everybody will mourn differently. Everybody will have their season of mourning. But for me, how I'm productive is able to process through it, whatever that looks like for you. Let it go, let it be what it's going to be, Don't be afraid to, have therapy. Don't be afraid to talk about it. For me, it was having a conversation podcast and writing it in my music, and I see the benefits from it. And the thing I like to make known is just process through it. Don't take it for granted, and don't let anybody tell you when it's not enough or how soon it is, or you don't have to do all of that and this or that. Everybody's going to have their own process. And for me, there had to be not necessarily an end to it. I'm going to keep memories, of course, it's 21 years, but at some point, there has to be a point where you decide that, yeah, it's probably time for me to kind of move on, because you don't want to get stuck in that headspace. So for me, as a dad, now I'm, single dad, raising children and trying to navigate life through them in the 21st century world. It's a lot different nowadays, relationships and all that happens there, how you raise your kids, everything is different. So that process is wonderful and good. It's just exciting, but also like, side eye, like, really? Is that what's going on out here? But, that's just what it is. And I want to be happy. I don't want to be in mourning forever, forever. I want to be happy. I want to smile. I love the essence that I carry, which is love, which is respect, empowerment. And I just want to keep that going. And that's the journey that I'm on. And hopefully I'm kind of knocking it out of the park. So that's what I'm,
Absolutely. And, I commend you for that because I'm
yeah.
sure she would want you to be happy
Mm,
and to,
yeah,
continue to help the children to move
exactly.
forward because
Mhm.
unfortunately life happens. I mean, my uncle,
Absolutely.
my uncle just lost his son at 29 years old from sepsis, who was already battling leukemia and it was
Yeah.
unexpected. But
Mm,
it was terrible, and I know he's in that beginning stage of mourning, and
mm.
the same thing, it's like, yes, allow yourself to go through the process because when you
Yes.
try to push it down or you try
Yes.
to
Gets worse.
not be real with it, it's gonna get yeah, it is gonna be worse and it gets
Absolutely.
better, so
Yeah.
it is so important to allow yourself to get through it and understand that there is it's not like you're gonna just forget the person and it's just gonna
Mhm,
be over, done with, but at the same time, you do have to move forward in a
mhm,
positive way.
mhm.
So, for speaking to someone like that who may be going through a loss of a spouse and all of a sudden picking up parenting by themselves, is there a piece of advice that you would help them as far as managing all that?
Yeah, just be true to yourself. Do not disregard yourself. Don't do it. Say yes to you. Speak to your heart. Speak positive things in your heart. Make certain that what you're doing is for the right reasons, and make sure you're not being authored by nobody else's explanation of what you should be doing. That's very important. Decide whatever that looks like for you. And if you need to go speak with somebody like a therapist or a life coach, whatever that is for you, don't hesitate to do it. Do not feel embarrassed. It is one thing to go through something without any help. You know what I mean? No one is expert at anything. Most people have just a large amount of experience, which I think helps. So do not be afraid to have a conversation about it. Let your kids in, talk to them. I at that process, and I say it all the time, I didn't want anybody around me during the process. So your process may look different. It's not going to be the same as everybody else. So sometimes people can give you advice that is mainly personal to them, and you even then have to take that with with a small grain of salt. And I wanted to be by myself. I didn't want anybody to process with me. I didn't feel like I was absolutely going insane. I just felt that I needed to be by myself to process it. And however that looked while I was in my home, whatever it looked like for me, just do whatever that is. You know what I mean? Of course, you have to get out. I'll say this as a tidbit. When you're going through that process, if you stay too much in the house, you'll kind of really feel a little weird. So, I'm grateful that my heart and my spirit is going to kind of lead me in a direction that at some point it's going to say, you need to get out. You need to get some air. You need to get some vitamin D. Do something, be active. Don't let the season pass you by without you processing. And don't let the season pass you by where you're trying to live up to someone else's expectation on what and how you should process. For me, my writing, my music was the thing that kept me sane. Having a conversation is what's kept me sane. And I see the fruits. My music is catching on. I honor women. My daughter is even paying attention, and some of the decisions that she's making It's she's making it because, dad is having a conversation with her. So understand something. If you as an adult in that season of mourning don't understand how important your role is to your children, you're sadly mistaken, because your children are going to pay attention to what you're doing. If they see that you're processing through it and you're doing it in a healthy way, they're going to follow suit. It's only when, in most cases, sometimes more times than not, when you're not processing through it properly, that your kids will be a little rebellious. Just be careful because your kids look at you like you're the Bible. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're going to pay attention to what you're doing and what you're saying, and they're more than likely, inadvertently, not on purpose, they're going to follow suit. So for me, that was my process.
Yeah, it's a great process, and for
Yeah.
sure, because I mean, it
Yeah.
does start with you as a parent. It
Hmm.
really does, and that's
Hmm.
why we have to work on us. We have to,
Yeah.
show up in a way that we're filled, so that we
Hmm.
can have the good energy and be the parents that we want to be. Because whether we like it or not, they're listening.
Yeah.
Essentially,
Absolutely. No question.
because even in the negative way, I know growing up, I grew up in a very negative household with a negative mindset, and
Hmm.
so that unfortunately, no matter how much I've been like, I want to be positive and I want to be
Hmm.
good, like, there's still a lot of that conditioning that followed me into my
Yeah.
adulthood for so long that I was
Yeah.
even like kind of unaware of.
Hmm.
So I love going on these journeys. I love
Hmm.
talking and having these conversations because so many of us are going through different and similar situations that
Hmm.
we need to hear this. We need to be
Hmm.
okay to talk about these things and,
Yes.
find good positive ways to move forward,
Mhm.
especially for the children's sake. And may I ask, how old are your children?
Okay, my youngest is 21, my son is 23, and my oldest is 26, and I have a 4-year-old grandson.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats on
Yeah.
that. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I love that. And my condolences to you, of course, with your
Thank you.
wife. I know that's
Thank you.
never an easy process to go through. I value to see that it seems like you guys have raised together some beautiful children
Yeah.
and I hope
Yeah.
that it sounds like through your process, you're helping them. Hey there, Mama. It's Mary Dibble, your host of Radiant Mom Rising. Just taking a quick break because I have an unbelievable Black Friday deal that I just had to share with you. Are you ready to stop feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and unsure of where to start with your business dreams? Then this is your moment. For 4 days only, my program, Mom Biz Mastery, is $1,000 off. Yep, you heard that right. That means for just $297, you'll get a 12-week course designed to help moms like you start and grow your dream business, access to an amazing supportive community of entrepreneurial moms, and 6 private one-on-one coaching sessions with me to help you take real action. If you've been waiting for a sign, Mama, this is it. But hurry, this deal is only available from Black Friday through Cyber Monday, and after that, it's gone for good. Click the link in the show notes to learn more and grab your spot before it's too late. Let's make 2025 the year you say yes to your dreams. I can't wait to help you create a life and business you love. See you inside. Now, back to the show. I love that you even have your music and stuff to fall back on. So tell us
Yes.
more about that journey of music and what are you working on? What are some of the things you've
Yeah.
been doing?
So I've picked up so many things. Music has always been something I enjoy to do. So I've picked up cooking. I've picked up just various amounts of things around the house. I love to decorate. It's crazy, but it's important. Those are healthy ways to kind of process through it. Find something you love to do. For me, it's just music is just what it was for me. That's my solace. That's my peace. And I created so many things, during the time where she was on earth. And I don't necessarily think I dedicated this to her. It was just really just kind of using my heart to kind of just kind of get out a bunch of different things. So the music is just reflective of love, empowerment, respect. So many artists just use their platforms to be negative, towards women. And yeah, it annoys me to a point. And I'm not saying that they're not being creative, but for me, it was impossible for me to really get out here and just be raunchy with it. I kind of had to, sing about songs like Love Is All We Need, which is a song dedicated, not necessarily dedicated, but a song just kind of created just for the world's perspective. We have so many things in this world that we need. One of the things that I think is at the top of the list is love. If we can do love and do it in a safe, healthy way, we'll be able to do it right and love everybody, regardless of their sexual preference, regardless of their religion, their financial status, where they live, whatever the case may be, the color of their skin, whatever that is. If we can find a way to love everybody just based on who the individual is. And if they don't seem properly right in your eyes, still love them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was that song. You're a Woman was just born out of me wanting to kind of give homage to women. So they need to be honored. I wanted to put out into the world that a woman should be honored, respected. And I just they bring life into this world. And that by itself is a gift that nobody could give you. That has to be something that you were born with. And to be able to champion them and just tell them that us men, our men, we want to support y'all and just love y'all. You know what I mean? So we don't do that often, and I think it was really good. So the love is all we need, and the You're a Woman was that. And then I kind of went into Back to Rhythm and Love, which was again the volume one was just some more good love music to kind of get you kind of in the mood, but just kind of shedding some light on some areas of life that I think we need to pay attention to. I'm putting out some more stuff in the coming months. Christmas is coming. I got something for that. I got the volume two coming up next year around the first quarter. And I got more stuff coming in the summertime. So I have my whole year planned out of what I'm doing musically. And along with a bunch of shows and more podcasts, I have a podcast that I'm preparing for, Real Talk, Real Thought, which is going to shed light on some songs. It's going to really dig into the essence of what the meanings of songs are, stuff that I love to do anyway, and I just kind of wanted to make that a public thing. So I'm not necessarily going to interview artists or anything like that. I'm probably going to get their songs. Hopefully, it'll kind of put some fire under some songs, help some artists out, and make people look a little more. So I'm always trying to give back, all love related, and that's what it is.
Man, you're amazing, Kenny. That's so
Yeah,
awesome. I
thank you.
wish you. I know you're going to be amazing. It's only a matter of time, right? It's
Thank
like
you. I
everything.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's so awesome. I mean, you
Yeah,
should be proud of yourself. And this is what we're doing. We're just taking
mm,
action and allowing the universe and God to like let it unfold the way it's meant to. And
absolutely.
and when you have fun, when you get to do things that you just enjoy that lights you up,
Mm,
it doesn't matter about the outcome. It's just about showing
absolutely.
up and getting to do it. So I commend you for taking this journey, for doing all that you do.
Yes.
And I love that you honor women because, as moms and as a woman, there's that place where it's felt like there's this competition and this
Mhm.
battle, and it's like enough's enough because I feel like we're meant to complement each other. That's what we're
Absolutely.
meant to do. And like I love my
Mm,
husband; he's so supportive, and
right.
we're such a good team. And I can't imagine
Absolutely.
it not being that way. And I know there's a lot of moms out there who unfortunately don't have that, or who
Right.
struggle with that, or even I know women out there who don't believe good men exist, and I'd love to prove
Right.
them wrong.
We
Do they
do.
exist?
We
Okay, they
do.
do
We
exist,
do.
and I love that.
Yeah.
So, is there any piece of advice or just something you would love to share with moms out there who are listening, just in regards to motherhood, just their life, or being a woman who needs to
Mm.
think about themselves?
Yeah, be proud and be there. I mean, you guys are the first of everything for everything that enters this world. Think about that. So the thoughts that this child has when it's conceived and the thoughts when it's growing, the nurturing that you give the child, everything that you give him, you guys are nurturers. And for me, it's important that women know, realize, and understand the power that they have. Keep that, hold that absolutely close to you. And regardless if you have a guy there or not, take care of those kids because they're going to look to you. And for me as a man, there are valuable women out there. So some men may say, "Oh no, there's no." Oh yes, there are valuable women that are available, that are not married, that are seeking a relationship. You don't cut yourself off. Like you said, we are equal in the same. It doesn't need to be separated. If we can do that and keep that perspective, man, we can consider love, consider empowering not just women but men too,
Yeah.
empower each other and love each other, man, this world would be so, so great. And I get it.
Right.
Everybody is looking for everything to be perfect. It's not going to be. But
Yeah.
if we can give this world just a sliver of love from everybody, it'll be a whole lot easier and a whole lot better for us. So hope
Ah,
that helps.
it does, and it would, and I'm so like that. Just even kindness, loving kindness.
Yeah.
Like if we could just be kinder to each other alone
Yeah.
is so powerful. And I know that unfortunately, people are who they are, but
Yes.
that's where you start with you. It's like,
Uh,
yeah, you can't control everyone else. You
No,
can't control all this stuff, the crap that's
absolutely.
going on in this crazy world. But
Absolutely.
But you work on focusing, again, what you focus on and surround yourself with will become your
Yes,
reality. So that's why
absolutely.
I love being in this world. Because I
Mhm.
love getting to meet like-minded people who are all about bringing the positivity, who are all about
Right.
supporting and uplifting one another, and I feel like that's the movement. That's what we need to be loud about right there,
That's
is
right.
us coming together. Exactly,
That's
be united, not divided. Like, I'm so
that's right.
tired of that, and it's beautiful to hear this, and you're right, and of course, there's not a complete equality in all of us, and that's what's
Right.
cool, actually. It's our differences
Absolutely.
that
It's
make us
absolutely,
powerful, and that's that
absolutely,
superhuman within us that we need to work on unleashing right there, you know?
absolutely.
That just
It's absolutely important. We can not okay, so if a person comes to you with a bad attitude, we can't give that same attitude back to them. And I don't know we gotta treat people the way we need to be treated, but just try to be better. That's all we could do is just try to be better. There are going to be, I'll use the word ratchet. There's going to be some ratchetness. There's going to be something that's going to be a little weird, but you decide how you're going to react to that. Don't let anybody pull you down that same rabbit hole because it doesn't lead anywhere. I choose to be happy. Choose it.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Choose it.
and
Decide it.
honestly, what we don't stop and realize is that that person has their own demons, their own stuff they're
Mhm.
battling, and they're just projecting that onto you
That's
because
right.
you're triggering them because you're happy or you're doing something that they wish they could do, and so it triggers them, and they can't help but sometimes react and respond like that. So
Absolutely.
you gotta find a way to not take that so personally, and
Mhm.
honestly, almost overly love that person because
Mhm.
it is hard. It's sad that they're going through
Yeah.
that and they're feeling this way and they feel like they have to behave in this way.
That's
And I think when you kinda have that perspective,
Mhm.
it would help you to be kinder and not so
Yeah.
judgmental.
Absolutely, it will definitely do, and treat them like you wanna be treated. Who
Yeah,
knows, your act of love and your act of kindness can help them in their process of trying to be healed from whatever ailment they have or issue they have with just life. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Your love can draw them to love if you allow it to.
Yeah, I truly believe that, and I'm seeing it more and more as I show up in that way. I mean,
Mm,
all of this stuff is so real, and we
mm,
create our own realities, and we have to start changing the way in which we believe is
that's right.
possible. I mean,
Mm,
that is so powerful in itself, is the way we believe and what we
mm,
create for our realities and for our lives. And I'm really hoping to share this message and to get people out there to understand the power that's within us and that
mhm,
we can really attract all that we want. If you're looking for that soulmate, if you're looking for that
mhm,
person, you have to believe it exists. Like, no matter
mhm,
how much I had crappy relationships in my past, because you attract who you are, and I was not always
right,
my best then either.
right.
I had to realize that I had to become that confident, amazing woman that I wanted to be in order to attract that right person. But no matter what, I never gave up believing that true love
Yeah.
exists, that my soulmate
Mm,
exists. And lo and behold, later on in life, yeah, I finally attracted.
yeah.
It's like,
It's you change your energy. You change
right?
your energy.
Yes.
That's right.
It
Good.
it is, and that is such a powerful message and a great perspective to have. I mean, come on, life's so short, people. Like, why not? Like, why wouldn't you want to be happy and enjoy it and love and just create beautiful stuff and live a and
Yeah,
get to do what you enjoy? Like, that's awesome
that's
that
right.
you get to do what you enjoy.
That's right. That's my journey. Do what you enjoy. There's so many things going on. My life has been through a crazy amount of things this past year alone. And for me, it's like, look, moving into a direction that's going to let your light shine. So for me, is I'm going to have fun. I'm going to speak to the world with my perspective, be unashamed about how I feel about it. And whoever is helped, whoever is assisted through life by just something small that I said, I'm doing what I'm purposed to do, and that's dope for me.
Mm, yeah, I love it. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I commend you again, and
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited for you for your journey. And your music that you're going to be sharing, is this available on Amazon Music or
Everywhere,
everywhere? Everywhere. Awesome.
everywhere possible. You can go
Okay.
anywhere and stream it. Spotify, you can go
Awesome. Oh, goodness. Yeah.
iTunes, you can go Apple Music, you can go YouTube, you can go anywhere that you get your digital streaming music from. You can get it anywhere, and you can check my website out, Kenny J Wilkins. KennyJmusic.com. You can check Instagram, Kenny Wilkins. You can check Facebook, Kenny J Wilkins, and you can check TikTok, Kenny J Wilkins number 7. So You don't have no excuse. You can get
There you go. You're everywhere. Now, and you share, of course, we shared all your links. I will make sure to
yeah,
put it in the show notes as well. So
thank
you
you.
guys can just go click.
Thank you so much, Sue.
Of course. Well, I appreciate you coming here and sharing your
Thank you.
story and
Thank
just
you.
having this conversation that I think is so powerful and so
Yeah.
important for everyone to listen to. And do you have any final thoughts or stories or anything you would like to share?
I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you for getting me on. Thanks for Kick Up Your Heels, Katrina,
Uh,
Iris, and Rachel for getting me on, just kind of champion for your boy. I appreciate it. One thing I would leave to the people is be you. Be clear on who you are and don't be ashamed of it. Just be you and be happy, and life will treat you better. Trust me, it'll be a
I love it. Amazing advice. I really enjoyed this
yeah.
conversation. And I can't
Thank
thank you
you.
enough for being here and for doing what you do.
Thank
Keep
you.
going. I'm
Thank you.
excited. I'm gonna see you on stage eventually, I'm sure.
A lot of stuff coming.
It sounds exciting, exciting. Well, you
Yes.
enjoy that. And again, thank
Oh,
you
for
so
sure.
much for being part of the show.
Thank you for getting me on. I appreciate you. Thanks so much.
I hope that this conversation truly resonated and inspired you. Here are the key takeaways. Embrace your own healing process. Mourning and healing from the loss of a loved one is deeply personal. Allow yourself to grieve in a way that feels right to you without feeling pressure to move on quickly or follow anyone else's timeline. Seeking therapy, life coaching, or having trusted conversations during challenging times is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. Feel empowered to ask for help whenever you need it without shame or embarrassment. Be a positive role model for your children. As a parent, your actions and healing journey have a direct impact on your children. By demonstrating resilience and healthy coping, you show your children how to navigate their own challenges through your example. Find healthy outlets for healing. Processing grief through creativity, passion projects, or other outlets can be deeply healing. Discover what helps you channel your emotions productively and allow you to feel more at peace. Prioritize self-care and self-respect. Say yes to yourself by prioritizing self-care, especially during difficult times. Respect your needs, set boundaries, and give yourself the space and compassion necessary to thrive. Stay authentic to yourself. During hardship, stay true to who you are and resist external pressures or expectations. Honor your feelings, move at your own pace, and create a path forward that aligns with your values. Embrace community and love as healing forces. Love, respect, and connection with others can be incredibly healing during difficult times. Lean into community and foster meaningful relationships to help you stay strong and feel supported. Raise awareness and advocate for respect. Use your voice and actions to promote love, honor, and respect for everyone, especially in support of those in need. Remember that every act of advocacy and kindness makes a difference. Tap into creativity and positive expression. Creative expression can bring light, hope, and connection, whether through art, writing, music, or another outlet. Let your creativity spread positivity and healing to yourself and others. Choose to promote love, respect, and acceptance in all of your interactions. When you embrace and celebrate differences, you help build a more united and compassionate world. Please be sure to show your support and check out Kenny J's songs today. To learn more or to follow Kenny, you can find his links in the show notes. If you know someone who would find value from tuning in, then please be sure to share this episode with them. We would love to hear from you and know what was your takeaway from today's episode. Also, please leave us a 5-star rating if you find this podcast to be inspirational and helpful. As a life coach, I'm also here to support you on your journey. If you would like to get to know me better and see how I can help you along your journey, I offer free consultations and would love to just connect and help you get a jump start or just hold space for you to share and explore. Visit me at marydibblecoaching.com to learn more. I truly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in with me. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Until next time, much love.